Indonesia is going to participate in very important ways. Well, hopefully that our president could consider to come.
From a New Zealand perspective, we found the first CIIE in 2018 very, very useful. A number of companies who participated. This year, we're very much looking forward to a strong and comprehensive New Zealand participation in CIIE again.
We hope to use CIIE as a platform to actually have the first chance to present some new products in the Chinese markets. And we are now working on and hope that we will maybe even have our Minister of Agriculture taking part.
Italy is partner country of the CIIE. Italy is the second manufacturing country in Europe, and our economy highly relies on exports. And in this respect, China is a complementary market in many sectors.
For us, maybe it's a more important this year. We have signed a lot of agreements, and one of the agreements is to increase the trade exchange between the two countries, which involve in the export-import.
First of all, we will have more companies from Turkey with a bigger space in the second CIIE. This shows that the interest of Turkish companies is gradually increasing towards this important exhibition.
We were very committed, engaged in the first CIIE. We had a national pavilion which underlined the importance of innovation, culture and tourism in Switzerland. We also had 23 companies within our national pavilion, and this year we will have again our companies.
We take the second edition of CIIE extremely seriously, and we took already the first CIIE very seriously. We had our president here with a very strong delegation, but the second edition of CIIE, we are a country of honor. Therefore, we will have not only an excellent national pavilion, we will also have a commercial pavilion, and we will also have a very strong delegation led by number 2 in our constitutional system, which is the President of the Parliament. President of the Parliament is bringing with him dozens of Czech companies who would like to find their Chinese partners.
Japan actively engaged in the first CIIE last year. I believe we will see as many Japanese companies as the last year at least. And I hope the CIIE this year again will provide an excellent venue for Japanese companies to promote their high-quality goods and services.
Second China International Import Expo is yet another landmark event that China has organized to welcome the goods and services from the world to this vast and resourceful country. Since it is directly supervised by the authorities in Beijing, this expo has become one of the unique events that brings together top companies as well as medium and small enterprises equally assisted under one roof.
In the first edition of the CIIE, Mexico was a guest of honor. My country is going to be present with 55 Mexican companies and a big delegation of national authorities of Mexico in Shanghai. So we are very excited, waiting for the big moment of Shanghai and China.
The first edition of the SIIE, we had a very successful presence, and this year our expectations are even higher. Our presence will be upgraded because our status also is that of a guest country of honor. We are one of the 15 guest countries of honor and one of the 5 European ones. We hope that this year our delegation will be represented at the highest political level.
What came out last year was in fact a very good positive development. Was Fiji has its permanent pavilion set up within the Shanghai Free Trade Zone. This year, our office, in fact, is taking a more active role in the CIIE preparation. We help Papua New Guinea and Vanuatu, so in terms of coordinating in setting up a Pacific Pavilion, where the 3 Pacific Island countries that jointly have the Pacific Pavilion as a national pavilion within the CIIE venue. And also, we have our private traders, exporters taking part.
We are preparing the participation because the last year good experience for our companies. It became clearly one of the huge year events in terms of trade, and we are preparing with an expanded participation regarding the last year.
We are hoping that we could sell and promote more coffee, and increasingly we are hoping that we could also supply the China's market with value-added products, including maybe electronics, chemicals and textile and garments and footwear, etc.
We are now working on a joint stand that we feel that we can present good food, not only seafood, which is already very famous in China, but also new kinds of products like maybe pork and dairy products.
One of the unique factors, I suppose, for New Zealand in CIA this year is that the timing also coincides with New Zealand Week here in Shanghai, which is a whole week of a very large range of commercial activities. So there's going to be lots of New Zealand activity through CIA Week here in Shanghai, and we're very much looking forward to it.
We are actually working very hard to set up a national pavilion, which we hope will be the most one and will fascinate the Chinese consumers. And we're working to support the Italian companies. More than 150 have already signed in to showcase the Italian excellencies in sectors such as machinery, pharmaceutical, medical equipment, agriculture, fashion, design, luxury.
Starting, food will be there, yes, service will be there, petrochemical will be there. So this is the three major things will be there. Actually, the agreement set a target for us. The deadline is in 2030, I think, to achieve 200 also US billion in trade value. Nowadays, we reached 41 billion US dollar. So moving from 41 to 200, which will increase the exchange between the two countries.
We are eager to present different dimensions of modern Turkey, both the level of economic development, but also present Turkish culture to the people visiting CIIE through our national pavilion. So I'm sure that this year, like last year, will be a great success, both for China and for the participating countries like Turkey.
You have, of course, the Fortune 500 companies, which you know of. The big multinationals like Roche, Novartis, ABB will be present. But I think what is even more interesting is that we will have small and medium-sized companies which are active here in China and for whom the Chinese market is essential. And these companies, like the multinationals, always excel in innovative sectors. And I think that would also, where we find our offer meets the demand of China. And we will have a lot of wonderful products or process to show.
The commercial pavilion will be designed, or is meant to, especially for showcasing the craft of the Czech glass and crystal makers. The national pavilion will be designed in the way as a Czech Republic, as a country for the future, which means that we will be using the new technologies and we will be using all the best that Czech Republic can showcase to show the Chinese audience and purchasers and Chinese businessmen how quickly they can develop with Czech partners.
The CIIE provided a good opportunity for Japanese companies already operating in China to further promote their business activities in and with China. Small and medium-sized companies who participated from Japan also saw this event as an excellent opportunity to introduce their products to actual and potential Chinese buyers. Total value of transaction and contracts for Japanese participants through this event amounted to 58 trillion Japanese yen. That is 3.6 trillion Chinese yuan.
Sri Lanka will be participating through a national pavilion as well as a business pavilion. We will have our dancing troupe performing at our national pavilion, and we will also have a wide range of products from gems, tea, processed food, lifestyle products and rubber products. And we surely look forward to this expo in expanding our bilateral trade ties with China.
We'll have two pavilions, a national pavilion of 256 square meters. We also have our pavilion for agricultural and food stuff with more than 30 exhibitors. And this time alongside traditional Greek products such as olive oil and dairy products, we have a very big selection of wineries. Wine will actually spearhead our presence at the CIIE. Last of all, we have one presence that I would like to highlight is the Greek saffron, a condiment, for which we hope that we will obtain an export license very soon. And all these products will be present at the CIIE.
Last year, of course, we have the Tourism Fiji Airways. So they're also participating this year. And then we have the Fiji beer, the Fiji water, and those ones, they will come in again. So hopefully with the continuous participation of our private sector enterprises with an extended time period, it will be a bigger platform for our traders. And we look forward to a more exciting event just coming up in November again.
We are double our participation in the food products. we have also another stand of meat products. And that is especially important because in 1 year, just in 1 year, we more than double our export of meat. We are in a very good moment to expand even more our export of meat to China. And now we are focusing, for example, in fruit, cherries, blueberries, our next target. So we are very confident that this year will be an improved and enhanced